I love your closers. I gotta say this. I work out a lot, and every day I wash my shorts after I work out, but they don't finish drying in time, so I wash them by hand, or my wife washes them. So then the next day, like, all wet and stuff. So what I actually do is I actually do put my shorts on top of the engine in the car, so the heat from the engine will dry them off. So I really do want to know, like, at least how many dryers that hybrid will run. You guys ready for your next comic? This next gentleman is coming all the way from Cuba via Oregon, Illinois. Please put your hands together for the lovely Emilio Amato.
How's everybody doing tonight? Heart's beating out of my chest. It's like being at River Phoenix's house. Alright, let's get this started talking about homeless people. So Ted Williams, the man with the golden voice, admitted to past drug use in interviews. And it's like, really? Am I supposed to be shocked by this? The real life version of Tyrone Miggins doing drugs? What else? Walter Payton's doing painkillers? Oh, not is, has. So, let's see, let me try to remember all of this. Trying to remember all the words of the bit. But as much as I've seen, homeless drug addicts really don't work out in Hollywood. If you don't believe me, just pick up an Alice in Chains album. Lane Staley, Rooster does not sound good after you've been strung out on heroin for 3 days behind a Starbucks. But you really can't blame Ted Williams for doing drugs. Yeah, I was fucking homeless. I mean, if your house is 3 boxes you found behind a Subway, chances are you're going to be shooting up something that helps you forget that your outfit is also the comic strip from the Chicago Tribune. But really, I'm not really shocked that a homeless guy was doing drugs. I mean, that's like being shocked that Amy Winehouse finally died. But the thing that's shocking about that is she finally found a dosage and combination that was too much for her tolerance. What was she shooting up? Freddie Mercury's semen? I love that reaction. Did drugs kill Amy Winehouse, or did Adele just sit on her? So Glenn Beck, I saw he had announced he's boycotting Levi jeans because they had an offensive advertisement that promoted revolution and rioting. I'm pretty sure he's boycotting them because he can't find a pair that's big enough to fit over his ass. That was mainly created from late night trips to White Castle and that pint of ice cream during his favorite Lifetime movies. I mean, let's be honest, Glenn Beck cries more than a girl reading a Nicholas Spark book. But when I saw that, I'm like, really? Over an advertisement? Have you ever seen an advertisement that makes sense? For example, the Trojan vibrating tips. The first commercial I saw for those, you see 2 girls in an office talking about it, and then like this really old lady joins in, and they start giggling. Oh, grandma likes to get off too. In real life, those girls would be like, what the fuck? I didn't want to know Edna over here gets off every time Matlock solves a crime. And zombies have become so popular in pop culture that the government actually created a guide online about what to do in the unlikely situation if zombies took over. And I'm thinking like, wow, I would be perfect for the US government because I too like to work on a bunch of crap that most people find useless, or, you know, my parents really can't tell people without looking down at the ground or shedding a tear. Yeah, Emilio's working on a guide about what to do in the unlikely situation that the vampires from Twilight take over. And that's why we decided to go pro-choice. Ooh, stingy on the abortion. But, what was I going to say after that? Jogging my mind. Okay, Osama bin Laden is pretty much proof that the government is terrible at their jobs. 10 years to find a guy who was in a mansion in Pakistan. Like, really? It takes that long? That should have been easier than finding the drug addict on the set of Different Strokes. They all did drugs. One was anorexic. But yeah, and that's it. That's the end to that bit. So, is anybody pumped up for the Dark Knight Rises? It's coming out next year. Yeah. I'm pretty pumped up for it too. I'm not really a fan of Batman. I just like seeing Christian Bale in some skin-tight leather. But every ever since it was announced, people have been really against Anne Hathaway's portrayal of Catwoman and saying the costume looks cheesy. But I'll agree Anne Hathaway is a shitty Catwoman. I mean, she kind of looks like that girl you banged at a party, you know, the queen of like the chess club who you kind of banged because you didn't realize how much alcohol were in those apple pie shots. They really sneak up on you. You do a couple and you're like, oh, where are my pants? Oh, jogging my mind. Trying to see what I was going to say after that. Trying to remember this whole bit. It's, yeah, just move on. Whip it out. Okay, let's talk about Marilyn Monroe. So, I like going on Facebook and seeing posts from girls, you know, with inspirational quotes by Marilyn Monroe, and it's like, really? You know, my heroes aren't role models, but at least they didn't get gangbanged by the Kennedy brothers.
USA.
I mean, if you're going to be inspired by Marilyn Monroe, I mean, you might as well go out to a truck stop and get inspired by the hookers out there. Candy's got a real inspirational story about the time she got an STD. It's so inspirational, coaches tell it to their players when they're down in the state championship game. Makes me shed a tear every time I hear it. But, you know, it's like, really, Marilyn Monroe, and it makes me wonder, like, in 50 years, are people getting inspired by, like, today's whores, like Paris Hilton? Like, looking at quotes and say, that's hot. Wow, she must have been talking about global warming. So ahead of her time. Honestly, I kind of think she was talking about that cum she just took in her eye. I mean, that's truthful. There's a fucking sex tape out there that proves my theory. The situation from Jersey Shore is getting paid by Abercrombie & Fitch to not wear their clothes. How much of a douchebag do you have to be when even Abercrombie & Fitch doesn't want you wearing their clothes? I'm pretty sure Abercrombie & Fitch was started because frat boys need something to wear while they rape a girl. You thought about that one, like, yeah, frat boys do wear that when they're gangbanging sororities. But Abercrombie & Fitch actually said that they don't want the situation wearing their clothes because it sets a bad image. A bad image. Going inside of an Abercrombie & Fitch and seeing two naked dudes that look in each other's eyes about to jerk each other off, that's a bad image to me. When you show two guys who rather jerk each other off than wear your clothes. Here's your choice, sir. You can either buy these pants that are $200 with holes and paint all over them, or you can fuck a dude. Well, I did want to try some different stuff, and I did get that frozen bag of peas the other day. Rip it up! But I think that would be funny if that caught on. Not butt fucking, but celebrities getting paid to not wear clothes or use products. Pretty sure Casey Anthony would have a lot of endorsements. That's my time. I'm Emilio Morrow. Thank you.